Kalios, coming at you with my deck profile. It's for hieratic. If you can't tell by my mat, if you don't know what they do, you're bad. Alright, so I'm going to start it off with the typical hieratic lineup. 3 Sioux, 3 Tefnuit, and yes, these are French. 4 if you want to include my English copy. 3 Nebthet. 3 Aset. You run all or 3 of each of the 4 because you need a monster popper, you need your MST, you need your normal summon, you need your special summon. If you think you don't, you're bad, and stop running this deck. DMD, staple of the deck, kind of required to make big plays. Tragodias, they're my only defense right now. Usually I'd be running 3 Battle Fader because I am the sackiest. Honest, because if there's the sackiest card in any deck, it's going to be one that's a hand trap. Secret, of course, because it's my little secret. BLS, because Honest needs friends. Birdman, because you can bounce back your DMD, make super big plays, and destroy your opponent. Triple Card Car, because if there's one thing this deck needs, it's pieces, but you can survive a turn or 2 because you're just going to blow up in your opponent's face anyway. 3 Labradorite, because you need the tuners. They're all dragons, of course, vanillas. Also, they're cards of consonance targets. So let's get all the vanillas out of the way right away. I also run 1 Galaxy Serpent to finish it all off. Yet again, another cards of consonance target. And it's a funny thing to poke your opponent down with. 2 Convocation, because those bastards put it back down to 2. I called it going to 3 when it happened. My calibration can accommodate my boasting. Double Wing Beat, because it's like a Birdman that has also a heavy storm. Double Silver's Cry, because I have so many reasons to have a vanilla in my grave, and it makes even bigger plays. Double Cards, because you don't want to run 3, it's cloggy already, so you want to keep it low. Usually I'd be running 2 for 5 vanillas, but I'm not running Flameville Guard anymore. 1 Day of Peace, because if you're going to sack your opponent, you gotta do it right. Double Galaxy Queen's Light. This is a really funny card, in case you haven't heard of it. Its effect is target 1 level 7 or higher monster you currently control. All other monsters you currently control become that level until the end phase. You do this to your DMD or your Tragodias to make big plays with rank 10s. Triple Decree, because this deck fucking hates back row. It's the whole reason why you're running the Wing Beats. And then, like I said, you gotta be sacky. 1 XYZ Reborn. You can do this to your Gaia Dragons, you can do this to your Autumns, or, you know, if you're really good at the game, you can do it to some other cool extra deck cards that I run. Speaking of extra deck, we'll jump right into it with my Synchros. I run Double Star Eater, because if you're gonna sack your opponent, you gotta do it right. Scrap Dragon, because you have a limitless ability to pop with this deck, so use all your fodder. Michael, because that's who I am. I'm a badass Judgment Dragon riding motherfucker, and I'm going to banish your shit. On to my Eggsy. Super Dimensional Robot Galaxy Destroyer. Quite possibly the sackiest of sacks. 5k beater. He's a heavy storm that you can't respond to. So, goodbye, opponent. Double Gustav Max, because damages. Another fun XYZ Reborn target. Double Gaia Dragon, because you need them. Strike Bouncer, and yes, it's secret first dead. Kind of required in this deck. If you don't use it, then, you know, you're bad. You make this first turn against an Evil Storm player, and you secure victory. You had to make it Ouroboros to get over it. 1 Gauntlet Launcher. Only reason why I'm running down from 2 is because I'm running the rank 10 build. Gauntlet Launcher is really funny because it's not a once per turn effect, you just get to pop monsters all the time. Plus it has a 2800 defense, which is really useful. Double Autumn, because you need Autumn. It's a staple of the deck, it's hieratic. You use the sucker to bring out your DMD, or if you're me, you bring it out just to pop more monsters. Bring out Nebthet, use it to pop like a Sioux to destroy a monster, special summon a vanilla, make Star Eater. Zenmayo, because yet again, back row. Also, it's not that hard to make rank 5s. Also, Volcasaurus, because you gotta hurt your opponent somehow. Onto the side deck. This is all, of course, personal choice, and since I am the sack, I have to sack right. Starting with traps, I run 1 Mind Crush. Yeah, I don't care about my opponent. I'm just gonna destroy whatever they have. Screw you, Angeli. Double Lance, because it's really funny when you attack into a deep prison and you just lance your shit. If you hit a deck that has a lot of back row that you can't get rid of too fast, that's probably what you're gonna want. Double Veiler. And I know it's not run too much in this format, but you have plenty of space for hand traps, so abuse them while you got them. It'll help stop the opponent's Ophion from, you know, searching out a second Obamacare when they have 1 material left. Or Kirkion, that's a fun target. Triple Rainbow Karibo, because you need protection. These are what I call my condoms. I never ever side them in, but it's fun to have them in your side deck. DD Crows. This is good against every deck in the format. You basically say, oh, you want to target this thing in your graveyard? That's cool, it's gone. Yeah, it's also a dark for your PLS. Double Maxi, because if you can draw, if someone's stupid enough to let you draw enough in this deck, then they kind of deserve to lose. Double Flying Sea, because a lot of the things you're going to lose to are XYZ based. There's very few decks that are just straight up back row reliant that will beat you. All those problems are solved by a Nasset and a Wing Beat. Abuse these while you can. And then my personal tech, 1 Mobius, the Frost Monarch, because it's like a Zenmaio that you can get a Heretic summon off of, a Heretic vanilla summon off of, overlay into your Strike Bouncer or your Gauntlet Launcher. Abuse all the fun tech that you run. It's a good card, fun to bring back and pop. So that's my hieratic deck profile. Feel free to ask any questions that you want in the comments below.
How long have you been running the deck?
3 years. This is just one of my builds. I've had plenty of time to change it. But the rank 10 based one is definitely one of my favorites to play with. So thanks everybody. Have a good one.